tour.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Kauffie Company, live here on the Kauffie Company. And of course, it's Monday again. We're here back on Tottenham on Tour, the world famous home of Levy out. And it's Manic Monday.
And your place of rehab for all the Frankaholics.
Absolutely. Forgot about that. The Frankaholics are here. It's Manic Monday. We're going to have a good time. There's been some transfer news over the weekend. Mathys Tel has officially signed on a permanent with a 6-year contract from Bayern Munich. We'll be talking about the Tel deal. But mostly we'll be talking about the usual palaver that happens over a weekend. Everyone's on fire. Everyone's melted. But that's just the way it is at Tottenham Hotspur. But without further ado, Achi, what's happening?
No, mate, I had a wonderful weekend with Alana. Went to a lovely Italian and Portuguese food festival yesterday. And I must admit, we stuck true to the nationalities of the food festival. We had Ukrainian pierogies, Korean fried chicken. I had a mango and banana milkshake from, I think it was a Thailand or Filipino milkshake place. And then Ilana actually went and had some Italian meatballs. And we brought loads of cannolis and stuff back home. Wonderful, wonderful Sunday.
You call yourself a Franca.
Mate,
you didn't eat a single bit of Danish food.
Mate, I'll tell you what, I'm waiting. Do you know what? Toronto, one of the great things about Toronto summertime is all these food festivals and street festivals and everything, and it's just starting. So I'm sure I'm on the lookout for Danish ones, and I will be there. Plus, I have all my Canadian scouts out looking. They're on Embuemo watch because he's here. He has been in Toronto. He was in Montreal yesterday. So I'm trying to pin down his location so I can have a little word in his ear for my commander-in-chief at the moment, Thomas Frank, and bring and tell him that, listen, you need to come to Tottenham. So I'm on Embuemo watch as well. So anyone finds his location in Canada, let me know, and I will be popping down to give him a visit.
Indeed. But without further ado, I've already got my cup of coffee here. It is a very, very warm 25 degrees with a high of 26 today, but it's going to be warm this week. It's going to be high as a 33 degrees centigrade. So we're going to be melting this week here. But let's see who's in the house to take us through the show. We've got the 2-Mark Show. Don't need the dressing gown. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well, sir. Good to see you, buddy. YouTube member, of course, European champion, Phil P. Woo! Good to see you. The Beast of Bilbao. The Beast of Bilbao. Good to see you, buddy. European champion, Musa. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Doing? Hopefully you're well.
Instead of Musa, I think a lot of Spurs fans at the moment need to do in a lot of Musa, not Musa, but big up and welcome, brother.
I don't know what team you support, buddy, but if you're a Spurs fan, you're a European champion. Oh, look at this. Junior Mathys in the house.
Here we go.
Two reprobates. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. European champion. Barbaric Disdain's in the house. YouTube member. And, of course, European champion. Dago is a Franca.
I'll tell you what, I'm very tempted now to see Barbaric Disdain. He created a song for me. And send me a voice note. It's one of those AI ones like all the YouTube channels have got. But it's one where it's declaring my love for Daniel. It's actually a very, very funny song. He said it to me and I was laughing a lot. Maybe I'll play it towards the end.
Maybe.
I've
accidentally turned my TV off. But yes, like both streams. No, it's not his birthday.
We're on countdown. We are on countdown. It's Sunday. It's
not his birthday. We got the number one Agambar in the world, European champion. Paratici is currently scouting Cannoli. Good to see Andy Lloyd. European champion, Danish bacon. You're not allowed it. You're not allowed to eat pork. You've had your gallbladder out.
Yeah, I think you and me aren't the right people to say we shouldn't be eating pork. I don't think that's right somehow. I don't think that's right. So whilst you're going through that, let's see who else is in here. Rob Welsh, good afternoon to you, brother. Leo, good morning to you. Both European champions, as you would say. Look who's in the building. Scott M is in the building. Good, big up to you, Scott M, European champion. Hope you're good. Scott, big up to you, European champion. Ian Ferguson, big up to you, brother. Let's have a look. It's my dream to go to the stadium and watch a match and sing Can't Smile Without You, mate. Hopefully you will get to do it one day. Right, I'll tell you what, let's start where we should start. Thomas Frank, Mathys Tel. Mathys Tel news, bro. Big up, Daniel. Big up,
Daniel, mate.
What is your views on Mathys Tel? Because we haven't spoken. Obviously, the WhatsApp group went nuts. At one point, I saw something like 144 messages, and I saw it. I was like, if you think I'm reading 144 messages, you are very, very much mistaken. And before, actually, we talked Mathys Tel, 2 bits of housekeeping. First of all, everyone that watched live or has watched since the first episode of To Frank or Not to Frank, thank you very much. Oh, Terry, brother, big up to you. Big up to you, and thank you very much indeed for watching it if you did or you watched it on playback. And secondly, the fan show was meant to be Saturday, but I had to cancel it for unforeseen circumstances. I was going to do it today, but the only time I can do it today is when Tottenham are away alive, and I'm not going to do it while Stel and whatever. They were my first channel. I'll never stream the same time as them. It will be tomorrow. I 100% guarantee tomorrow around 7 p.m. UK time, which will be 2 p.m. our time, there will be the call-in show. I'm actually going to book it into YouTube, so it's 100% going ahead. So apologies for that, but that will be joining on tomorrow. Big up, Dave. So let's get back to it. Big up, Activon as well. Just seen you in here. And Kendro has joined. Big up to you. Okay, chat. And Ben, your thoughts on, and John Racher, big up to you. Your thought, everyone's thoughts on Mathys Tel. After you, Ben.
Meh. He's a good. I don't know what Mathys Tel is at the moment. I don't know what he is. If it was a signing for another manager, I'd be like, what is Tel? But this is one of those signings where we got to say he's 19 years of age. And now, Aki, we've got Thomas Frank as the manager or the coach. I don't know what it's one of those things. We always say manager, but he's a coach. And we got Justin Cochran, who's a coach. So I don't understand it personally, but if he can coach him and make him better, let's see where he goes. I'm not going to put any crap on him. He's 19 years of age, of course.
He's just turned 20. He was 20. Turned 20.
He is a young player. If it was up to me, I would not be signing Mathys Tel for £40 million or whatever it is. I don't know what it... Actually, no, they got it down to 30, right? They got it down to 29 million or something like that. 30 million.
Yeah.
I would personally not sign him. But let's see where he does with an actual coach that's actually going to teach him the ropes. And let's see what happens. But as a signing, I'm not blown away. It doesn't move the needle, in the words of Sava. It doesn't move the needle. But this is one of those things. We have now signed a coach. These are the signings we are going to have to deal with. We're not going to be signing big name players. And hopefully they get something out of him. But we do have a lot of wingers. But he's going to have to be coached. They're going to have to coach him.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Joe, I must be high or drunk on the Frankaholic Frank stuff, because I am different. I'm not saying it's a wonderful signing, fantastic. Yes, oh my God, what a... First of all, we've got to remember there's 2.5 months of the window left. Second of all, one of the main attributes that I've waxed lyrical about with Thomas Frank and his coaching staff is how he develops talent. And he's got a proven track record of doing it. Then we had the different format. I mean, he did look lost. Don't get me wrong. He looked completely lost in Ange Postecoglou's system. But then again, so did a lot of people.
Yep.
Do I think, put it this way, if this was the let's just say, marquee or the big signing of the summer, I will be extremely disappointed and extremely, or I'll have a lot of questions. There'll be a lot of questions that need answered.
Okay for the under 21s.
Do you know what?
He looks tricky.
Exactly. This is the other thing I'm saying. I mean, a lot of people have got to remember as well. And I'm gonna say I've seen Scott M in here, so I'm gonna use Scott M. I've spoken to Scott M quite a bit since the appointment. And as I say to him, every single player, clean slate for me. Absolute clean slate. This isn't Ange Postecoglou. This is what can you do with Thomas Frank. Now, one thing I will say with this fee, do you know why I think there's a lot of things going on about it? Clubs like Bayern Munich, when they're not featured in the manager's plans, they will sell them to get the most money out of them. They will sell them to get top whack.
Yeah.
Unlike us, who just let their contracts wind down and then extend it a year and just let it go stale. Vincent Kompany sees no way that Mathys Tel figures in his team. Out the door, we don't need you. Like Pep did. I'm not comparing this player to what I'm about to say. When Pep got rid of Cole Palmer.
Yeah, that's exactly the comment. How many Chelsea fans were saying at the time, why the hell are we signing Cole Palmer for 60 million quid or whatever it was?
42.5 million, something like that. But obviously, you could also use it a lot the other way and say, well, look at the money they spent here and look how it worked. We don't do this where we sell it. The only time we sell our star players is when they want out. Yeah. The only time we sell players in the squad that we don't want is like, oh no, they're getting near their contract. Let's get them out. Other clubs that don't see players featuring in the manager's team, no matter how vital they were, so kudos. So was Mathys Tel. Maybe not as highly as kudos, but he's been very highly rated. And when we signed him in January, everyone was like, yes, we've got a really nice hot young prospect. He looked lost, absolutely lost in an Ange Postecoglou system. Like I said, so did many people. I'm not saying this is. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm all sorry, Cody. Players like that, or players that aren't featuring in the squad, star player, or players that the manager doesn't see a future win. Yeah, he's not. This is the thing. He may not be a needle mover. Do I think he can develop under Thomas Frank? Absolutely. That's one of the reasons I wanted Thomas Frank. There's still 2.5. Not one person I know and ever spoken to has.
Sorry, Angus, I've got to call you out, buddy. I'm going to call you out, buddy. That is a load of shit. That's a load of shit, Angus.
And like I said, if there's no Eze and Buemo, Semenyo or player that everyone thinks, my God, there's a player. That's what we needed. And from what we know, pretty much this deal was pretty much done and going to happen before Frank was approved. Frank has given it the green light, apparently. He's asked for assurances. Can this guy get the best? Put it this way, if we had signed him, let me ask people this question. If we had signed him under Ange Postecoglou, rather than, and he was still here, or Mathys Tel, or Thomas Frank, who do you think is going to get the best out of him? It's Thomas Frank, without even thinking. Like I said, this isn't oh my God, but people were talking about if people like Norgard came, or if Collins came in defence.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we need quality and we need experience and we need it big time. But I'm not going to be the guy that said I'm backing Frank. I'm not. Anyone he signs is okay with me. And then other fans going, oh my God, why haven't we made any moves? I was one of them. Why haven't we made a move in the transfer market? Why haven't we done anything? And then we do something. The window is opened again today. I expect a few more players to come in at Spurs. But I'm not going to start going mad like against Frank or Spurs, right? Because I have faith that in a Thomas Frank system, he will do better. But don't get me wrong, I do understand why people were like, oh, here we go, leave you up to his old tricks. Oh my God, we're going cheap again. Oh my God, more youngsters. I do believe that. And I'm sure if we had signed an Mbuemo or a Semenyo or even the golden one, Eze, before this, I don't think anyone makes any qualms about about Mathys Tel. This is just the very, very start of the window, and we go from there. But we shall see.
We'll have to see, won't we? He's a
Exactly.
young player.
Exactly, Crooks. Exactly, Crooks. And I haven't seen this name before, so welcome to the stream and the channels.
I'm not sure, Angus. We won't know. I don't think it's a red flag. It's a young player. How many other teams buy young players? Loads of them buy young players. Am I okay with the signing? Probably not. But if there's anyone that can get the best out of him, it is Thomas Frank. So I just don't know. It does look talented for the French under-21s, where he does actually play with Audebert as well. It's quite funny, really. They both play together. I just don't know what he is at the moment. I don't know.
That's the thing. And like we said, you can say Konza, not Damsgaard, he was right. But I'm not going to go through the players again that Frank has developed that no one knew who they were. No one knew who they were. Him and his backroom staff can work one. There's not saying it's absolutely going to happen, but I think there is a very good chance under Thomas Frank we see a completely different, more confident, more effective Mathys Tel. Now that's the start. That can't be the end or the highlight of the transfer window. Do I think there will be a big signing? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. When it comes, we'll wait and see. But Mathys Tel, I mean, you got to remember as well, there's big talk Sonny going. There's big talk Basuma going, both going to Turkey, apparently. We're going to need someone there. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we've gone from Son, Kane, Kulusevski to possibly Tel, Solanke, Johnson, potentially. That is a...
I totally agree with Leo here. And most importantly, Leo, he wants to be here. If he wants to be here, that's a good thing. It's not like he didn't want to be here to begin with. Originally, he wants to be at Manchester United, and he originally wanted to be there. But after being here for, signed in January, he's been here for 5 months-ish, 5 months. He wants to be here. Give him a chance. He wants to be here. He wants to ply his trade. He wants to learn under the new coach. Let's see what happens.
Let me just have one. I was just bringing the same one up as you. Go on. You bring Sam's up. Sam's comment is bang
on. I don't know. I just don't know if he's going to score 40. But let's see. He doesn't score that many.
He may have meant in a Bayern Munich team.
Maybe. But he's got time to learn. Just like Mikey Moore. I want to see Mikey Moore be given some minutes as well. I want to see some of the young players spread their wings and fly a bit. You can't judge a 20-year-old just like a 25-year-old, especially if they're not getting the games of a 25-year-old. The reason that Bergvall came leaps and bounds last year is because he was getting regular game time because he had to. Yep. He had to play him. So he got a lot of chance to play not only men's football, but senior men's football, like proper football, high-level football. So let's see where they get when they get a chance. Jason Bell, good to see you, buddy, YouTube member. Tough to evaluate, Tel. I'm still reading that. Okay.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry. You go. I got excited.
Had pretty much given up. He clearly has talent and potential. We just need to they need to step into them. They've got to step into the breach. He definitely has a bit of potential. Scott, good to see you, Scott. Issue is we still need a starting left winger and a starting right winger. What are the chances we get both? I think this is probably already. I don't think they've spent any money here. I think they've just written 40 million off the Kane debt.
What I will say with Scott Ems as well is this is the thing. This is the thing. If we had signed a starting left winger or right winger right now, preferably right, we would have been okay. There you go. Then I think a lot more people would be like, okay, Tel's here, but XYZ is here. And there is still plenty of time. For once, I'm literally giving Thomas Frank and Tottenham this window to sort it out. I'm not going to be jumping, going, oh my fucking God, here we go again. If we start losing players that we've definitely targeted, I mean, Webber, I think And Buemo is I think we started off too late. But if we lose a Semenyo, if we lose a Eze, then it's like, what are you doing, Tottenham? What are you doing? Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for this.
$20 super chat. That's a big super chat, buddy. Thank you so much. Everyone give Michael a big up in the chat and I need to make some Tottenham on tour emails, but give Michael a big up. Saying Odebear is a Douay knockoff. No offense to Wilson. Signing Tel seems to indicate we won't go for Eze. If Son goes, maybe we'll see an Eze miracle. But I think our big butts will be going on a right winger, a 6, or a right centre back. Maybe. One thing I will say about Eze is not a left winger. He is a centre attacking midfielder. So he does primarily play off the left, but he's much more of a number 10. And in the system that Thomas Frank wants to play, an Eze might be a good idea to buy as well. So I just don't know. But definitely we have to sign a number 6. We have to sign a proper defensive midfielder, because I think that's what's going to move the needle quite a lot for me. Having a proper midfielder is going to balance that team and allow us to have that double pivot to allow to move us. That's what we need. We've desperately wanted it for ages, and we really need it. But thank you, Michael, for the super chat. It really helps the channel out a lot.
I will say this as well. I don't think, Michael, I understand where you're coming from. I don't think a right centre-back is the issue in defence. I think another left-back is. And the only reason I say another left-back is I don't want Spence to be like the utility. You're going here, you're going there, you're going here, you're going there. We need it like Rose and Davies and Walker and Trippier. That's what I think we need. I understand the need for a centre, especially if Romero's going, which, let's face it, it looks more than likely. But only I was about to say, only time will tell, which will lead into this one.
We got George Orton's in the house. Good to see you, George. I've seen you a few times in the chat.
Do me a favour. Mod George. Make George a mod.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to do things, Aki.
Yeah, not right now. But when we get a chance, George needs to become a mod.
Okay.
I can do that. Let's keep going through them. Naomi saying good afternoon to you. I've just seen as well. Look at Drula, how she's changed her name. Someone brought it up. You're afraid. See, Phil Pierce started a Franca revolution. I want people to become Frankaholics. Everyone needs to become Frankaholics. There is the teenager. That is quality. Mate, Joe, one thing as well. I know it's broken that he's on holiday, but I am absolutely amazed that still there has been no official Thomas Frank stuff released from Spurs. It's really, and hopefully it will come this week. Well, this is the thing, Angus. If this is what I'm waiting to see with Vinay and Charrington now on the board, and hopefully more to come, and Vivian lurking in the background, hopefully one of the things they address is the wages and transfer strategy. I really hope that is, and if it is, then we'll see. Mark say, would you take Grealish, Ben?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Grealish. I think a 29-year-old, he's not had the good last couple of seasons. The first season at Manchester City was excellent. The last 2 seasons, he's been very hot and cold. I know probably playing in a system that doesn't suit him in the Pep Guardiola system, but I don't know. I think it might be a bit too much. I think I would rather spend it on an Eze. I'd rather have Eze.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the choice, it's 100% Eze. Grealish, I think, Joe, Grealish with that World Cup coming up as his motivation to do well, nearer the end of the window, I don't think you can say no to it. I wouldn't want to blow our transfer fee or wages on that straight away. This is the thing. This is the thing. What one do you want, Ben? Do you want a ball playing like a Carrick, or do you want a destroyer like Wanyama?
Destroyer. I want a destroyer.
We've
got plenty of players that can. We need a destroyer. That's our problem. Our problem isn't scoring goals. Our problem is conceding goals. We need a proper old school defensive midfielder. Put his foot in where he doesn't want to put it, and we need some crunching tackles. Of course, I'd love a player like a Douglas Luiz. I think Douglas Luiz is also a really good option. But most importantly, we need a destroyer.
I think the thing is, if we sign a right winger, people, and a number 6, whether it be ball playing or a destroyer, does that make the Tel signing for people that are not overly or underwhelmed with it? Does that then make you think, okay, do you know what? This window's shaping up. That's what we need. So that's what I think it is. If this had come, do you know what? Spence could become a first team regular. If he does, it's going to be left back or right back. And then obviously you got Porro or Destiny. But I still think we need another one. And being a left back, big up, Ollie. Big up, Ollie. Do you know what? Andy Lloyd, I love this guy. Always making puns up about, always trying to get me to be next manager. Put a bet on for Brian Nagelsmann to be the next manager when it was rumoured. Spence's ball control is superb. He could cope with Andy's, but I think at right wing back with Porro playing right wing could work. Do you know what? It's always maybe the right winger. Do you know what? If we lost to Buemo, the good thing is Thomas Frank has waxed lyrical about Porro. He adores Porro.
He does like Porro.
He adores Porro. Porro, this is the thing. I think Porro, if he's going to play Porro either at right back or right wing back or right wing, is the biggest lover of Pedro Porro. He's going to heavily feature wherever. David Clark, what he just said about Tel. Has Levy wasted money? Maybe, possibly. I've got a feeling that under Frank by Christmas, a lot of us will be going, do you know what, that was money well spent. Could be totally wrong.
We could be totally wrong.
Could be totally wrong, but because I'm putting my faith in Thomas Frank's coaching and ability to develop people, I think that there is a big possibility that he could develop and become a much better player. But only time will tell. But we'll see who else comes in. No, I wouldn't. No, I would not take on that.
Absolutely not. I'd rather almost be kicked in the nuts and sign Alejandro Garnacho. I think he's absolute pony a lot of the time. I've seen, apart from that one overhead kick he scored, I've seen nothing that tells me that Garnacho is going to be anything other than just a problem in a dressing room. I really, really dislike that player.
The thing is, when he's on form, I mean, I was delighted that Man U left him off the pitch as late as they did, because when he came on, he was their threat. On his day, he can be a major problem. But those days are few and far between. And now, after signing Tel, we need experience, not young. Yeah. The next few, I mean, look, I think one of the things we've got to remember is one of the next signings, whether we like it or not, and it's for very obvious reasons, is going to be Kyle Walker-Peters. For club trained, it needs to happen. Yes, you got Sirkin, you can go and get Will Sunderland, let him go, and that's going to cost a fee. I think Kyle Walker-Peters is walking through this door. Will he be the next signing? I don't know. But that is a signing that is a necessity because of club trades. So we'll see how that goes.
We've got Adrian's in the house. Good to see you, Adrian. Hopefully you're well. My computer is not handling the heat well. Another home defeat. I don't know. Is he talking about the Rapids? He's talking about the Rapids. They'll get there. Great player for the right. Yeah, I agree. I like Grealish as a footballer, but I don't want him.
Yeah, Eze is the one.
I like Semenyo. I do like Semenyo. I disagree with you on Semenyo, but Eze is my guy. Eze is. I think if we signed Eze, every single Spurs fan is just over the moon, dancing and happy. Exactly. I think everyone's first choice this window as a Spurs fan, if we're honest with each other, is Eze.
is Eze, and it has been. We've gone through this now for 3 years, or I have. This will be the third summer window where I actually will be going nuts to get him. I think let's just hope Spurs can pull it out, or Spurs do try and do it. Holly's on a break from work and she's just popped in. Hello, Holly, darling. I hope you're okay.
Good to see you. I'm trying to get through all the comments, but my computer is so slow at the moment. It's so warm.
Do you want me to take over the comments?
No, we can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
I don't want Garnacho. I don't think anyone. Apparently, at Ten Hag, get him gone.
Yeah, Lord. First of all, Lord Ronnie Troy, I hope you're good, brother. He's right. He's right. We do this every summer. I, for one, like I said, this window, I am gonna under Frank. I am going to give it the time it needs. But trust me, I will start turning on Levy and cranking the heat up further on this window. Yeah, and you can tell. Go back to Daniel's comment. This just goes to show it was never about coming to London. It was all about the money.
It's all about the moolah. Merchandising.
The thing is, how are Galatasaray able to do that? How?
I don't know.
How can they afford to dump 410 grand a week on players? I think, Leo, that when we look at Archie Gray as a 6, I don't think it's going to be the word. The right word is beast. I think he's going to be the cultured one. I think he's Michael Carrick. Or if I was to reference him to a player, not saying he's as good as Michael Carrick.
What we know is when he wanted to sign him at Brentford last year, before we came in for him and spent more money on him, he gave the Gray family and Archie like a massive presentation of this is where you're going to be in year 1. This is going to be where you are in year 2. This is when I'm going to play you. We might have to do some games here as well. But he knows what he wants with Archie Gray. He knows how he's going to develop him already. He's already done a lot of the work on Archie. So let's see what happens. But I would agree with Brian. He's much more of the cultured one. I just don't know. I just don't know with Tel.
Whoa. Go back. No. Let's not do this, George. Let's not start. And I don't mean this personally. We've got to stop saying XYZ or ABC has the talent to be like XYZ, because if people start going, the Mathys Tel can get to Gareth Bale levels, we're losing the battle already. I understand the positivity and everything, but compared to Gareth Bale, who developed into what we know, it's now you got to remember Gareth Bale had the height, and he built the physique. He had the pack. Well, there is a long way to go. Mathys Tel has a lot of room for development, and under Thomas Frank, I think he will. But it's I won't put those two in the same breath. And by the way, I'm going to be doing some stuff, or we are going to be doing. So I had a chat with Holly over the weekend. We're going to get Holly back on the channel over the summer for sure, because I love streaming with that woman. She's brilliant. So get ready to see Holly back on Tottenham on tour, because she's a wonderful part of the Spurs community.
Absolutely. Holly's great. And she's been doing some work recently. So
she's done another Legends Night with Michael Dawson. Her black book is getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, that's Ledley and Dawson. I think she's going to go through that whole team.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Go back to that one. What would you choose?
Embuemo.
Same. And the only reason is obviously the Thomas Frank connection, and that right wing place is just absolutely gunning. I think he comes in. Put it this way: Eze or Embuemo. I choose Eze every single time, but I think Embuemo will come in and actually settle down quicker than Eze would, just because of the Thomas Frank connection, and he'll be playing in the position that he's been formidable for. But Eze is just my number one guy. My number two guy is Morgan. I've got 3 people like in my dream wishes if we could sign one of them. Eze, Gyökeres, who I was going on about all last summer, and Morgan Gibbs-White. I love those 3 players. I absolutely love them. 100%, Paul. 100%. Even though he had that little wobble at Christmas, I absolutely love Pedro Porro. Well,
And I've got a bone to pick with you, Marlon. I've got a bone to pick with you.
Well, how do you know it's Marlon?
Because it's obvious it's Marlon. It's my boy Marlon. If it was Ash, he would come in as Ashmatic. Got a bone to pick with you. You put Tottenham on tour outside of the international fans when he lives in Canada, and you put it's the Dagelkoff derby. We're fighting each other.
I was going to message Marlon. But the votes had already gone out, and it's his poll.
Big up, Marlon.
Marlon needs to work on his geography.
He does.
I know we're part of the Commonwealth here in Canada, but we are international. Oh, brother, big up Audio, buddy.
Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see Audio.
I think so as well, Richard. I think so as well.
This is the thing. Archie Gray. I've got Archie Gray will develop.
You need to visit to Ellie's house. I said the same thing about Brian Hill. Needs a trip to Ellie's house and to be fed up. Or we can go to the Kaufmans.
There you go. Well, we'll have to see what happens with Archie Gray, but now he's with a manager that really did want him. And like you said, put a lot of time and effort into trying to convince him. And then obviously Marlon's just commented, I couldn't give you an F, Marlon, because you're too much of a nicer guy. I'm going to give you a D for Daigle. I was going to mess it up, but it's your vote.
I've got a massive amount of time for all the Spurs Kings TVs, boys. All of them are absolutely incredible blokes.
I have to say, David Clark just put a message in that is absolutely bang on the money. So true. So true.
I agree with you.
So true. I think Maddison has a new lease of life. I really think now, for the last 2 years, and I've been heavily critical of him at times, and I believe rightfully so in many times, but maybe some other times I've been way over the top with him. But he's needed exactly what David said, more freedom and more space to operate in, and he's definitely going to get it. He is 100% going to get it under Thomas Frank. So now we just got to make sure we keep him fit and not miss chunk. That's the same with every player, but he is.
Stop it, Rinketic.
I'm not just on holiday, although I am. Oh, no, I can't say it on here because just in case my nephews watch it. So, no. Yeah, I'm not due any trip soon.
Good to see you, Ryan G. Hopefully you're well. Of course, runners-up in the 1972 UEFA Cup final. Big up to you guys.
Scott. Relax, brother. Relax. Don't say red flags just yet. Just give him, like we said, clean slate. Let him get onto the training pitch. Let's see the lads come out, and then start to question. Don't have any red flags just now, brother. Let's do this together. Don't worry about the red flags or what you think right now, because obviously we're all saying, like you, and we spoke. And this isn't. I'm not just speaking to Scott. I'm speaking to the majority of Spurs fans that said, let's see him develop. I want him because he's a coach. He will be on the training ground. He will develop players. Well, one thing, Leo, I might be in that. Well, I should be coming back home in November, or home from home in November. So maybe, I mean, it seems to be we always are there together at the same sort of time, but we shall see. But yeah, getting back to Scott's comments, no red flags for me on a single player right now. Yeah. No red flags whatsoever. Let Frank get on the training pitch. Let him do the host of Big Up Mombari. Let him do the host of training drills. He's going to do different formations, different tactics, and then let's start judging. Judging. Not right here, right now. Every player starts from scratch. Oh, wait a minute. Please tell me, Richard, that after, I don't know if you're on Twitter or we follow each other, please tell me you went and had a little word with Mbeumo at the Grand Prix and told him to.
I went to Toronto on holiday.
Yeah, mate.
Sean on holiday.
Sean Slater said it. He was like, he's been holidaying in Toronto. I was like, why has no one told me? So I could go on a Mbeumo watch. I was like, come meet me at the Scotland Yard. I'll get a load of Toronto Spurs. We'll replay what happened at the Scotland Yard during the final and say, come to the champions of that final, not to the runners up. So yeah, like I said, for me, I'm huge. This is the thing for me. Like I said, Thomas Frank, and it's very, very well known why I wanted Frank, how long I wanted Frank, is because of what he does on that training pitch, how he develops players, what he's done in the past. So I'm not going to start saying, okay, this player. I think he develops players, and we'll see completely different. Like Archie Gray will be a different player to what we saw last season. 100.
He'll actually get coached, won't he? He'll be coached properly.
And do you know what? If he starts playing in the number 6 the way that Thomas Frank does it, that education of being a centre back for most of the season, and when he was used, is going to be a brilliant education for him for seeing danger, knowing positional play, and Thomas Frank will get him and say, right, this is what I need from you, and then we will start seeing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But for Archie Gray to develop as a footballer, Aki, he's got to have a proper old school defensive midfielder next to him. Someone that's going to hold his hand and drag him through games. You're going to need that. You're going to need that. We got Kate Rixham's in the house. Good to see you, Kate. Hopefully all well.
Big up, Kate, darling.
Yeah.
This is the thing. We signed Norgard. A lot of people go, yeah, we've signed his captain, brilliant. But would that appease the fans? If we signed Norgard, I'd be delighted.
I like Norgard.
I'd be delighted.
I like
someone
Norgard.
That comes in, hard as nails, number 6, like we've just been speaking about, knows again Thomas Frank. It's a key position for us that is needed. And then you go get the one that the manager has as his captain, shows the confidence he has in him. Will Brentford let their captain go after losing possibly Mbeumo, Wissa, and others? Then we'll see. Big up, Tim. Big up, Tim.
And of course, big up to our man down under, Mr. David Shire, or Mr. Shear. I can never remember it. But good to see you, Cobber. Loved some of your videos this morning. Some of the videos David sends me in the morning, they crack me up. Yeah,
he sent me a few. I actually haven't had a chance to look at them.
Me up. Especially ones with the
Don't tell me. I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen them yet. He sent them to me, so I'll have a look. But one of the nicest men you could ever wish to chat to is Mr. David Shire.
But yeah, he's always a good laugh. Always a good laugh. We've got stop. It's not funny anymore.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do this again just so anyone watching that wants to send me these messages, let me do it again. This is my Toronto health card. And if you can see just underneath there, 22nd of June, 1979. 22nd. Today is 16th. Today would have been my grandpa, God bless him, would have been his 107th birthday today. I would have loved to have been born the same day as him, June the 16th. The greatest man to walk under God's hot sun was my grandpa. But yes, my birthday is Sunday.
I absolutely don't want Sancho or Garnacho, let alone both of them.
Put it this way, if I had a choice, it'd be Sancho.
I don't want either of them.
No, but if you had to choose one
or the other, it'd be Sancho. But they're both such bad attitudes, the pair of them. We won't know. We'll never know. That pick on the health card looks like a mugshot, right?
Oh, mate, do you know what? I've the one before that, and on my permanent resident card, I look like a football hooligan that's just come out of prison for hooliganism. I don't photograph well. If people watch Friends and have that episode with Chandler, God bless him, when he can't smile for the wedding photos. He's like, look down, and look up. That's me. I can't take a good. I you know what? I walked. Thank God Bobby's here. I walked right into that. I walked right into that one. Yeah, Chris Agabai tonight on Crime Watch. Yup, that's it. Mate, what can I say? My skin complexion, which ain't the best. Michael, look how.
Don't worry, Brian. There's a reason my picture is a cartoon.
Big up, Dave, buddy. Big up. But yeah, going back to, I mean, we've got to see the window's open now. So let me see if there's any Spurs news. Is there any Spurs news as I go on this? Let's have a look. Oh, someone's just tagged me in a new buzzword bingo that I'm going to have to update.
Buzzword bingo, but don't say on stream.
It comes from, I'll read this out. Let's do it. Tottenham have intensified their pursuit.
Oh, no.
Intensified their pursuit of Bournemouth's dynamic winger, Antonio Semenyo. As Brentford ace Brian Mbeumo continues to prioritise a move to Manchester United, Spurs have held further discussions with Semenyo's representatives over the past few days and are growing confident of striking a deal. There's a 2-for-1. There's a 2-for-1. Semenyo's agents have been in regular contact with Tottenham, who are now weighing up a formal approach. It is understood that Bournemouth...
That's free. That's free.
No, weighing up we've had today. We've had it. We've had it. It was for Semenyo as well. It is understood that Bournemouth will demand a fee of at least 60 million. So maybe we are going down the Semenyo route. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. But that came out.
I like it. Need for speed. Intensified their pursuit.
Intensified their pursuit. We'll be going into buzzword bingo.
It's not the greatest, Ian, but it's still here. It's still attached to me. It needs a couple more days. It needs a... Brian, I've got to sell some coffee. You're in charge.
You do that. We'll do that. People, the buzzword... wait, I'm still waiting for the... what is it? Donna May Min, if I've got it right, Crossamano, which is Here We Go in Welsh. Yeah, you know what, Andy? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully Spurs... and get it. I mean, let's see. 100 people are with us. Would you be happy? Forget the fee at the moment. Would you be happy if we went and got Semenyo or Semenyo, however you pronounce him? Would you be happy if he came? Let's have a look what people say. I've just put the question in. Let's have a look. Trust me, if Levy can't sell Richarlison, Son and Hill, we won't be getting 3 top players. Yeah, I mean, that would be the typical Leafy way, wouldn't it? What I would hope, David, and would be a clear indication for me that things are changing as well, is if these players start coming in whilst we're trying to get these players out. Not trying to spend so much time getting these players out and the money in and then spending it. Speculating before accumulating. I would hope they would do that. Because if you're talking about the one first thing in the morning, I believe so. I haven't checked my WhatsApp for a while. Yeah, listen, I think Solomon's out the door. First of all, congratulations on getting married, Mazel Tov, Solomon. And the other Spurs players that Spurs have pictured getting married or having, and Richarlison for becoming a father. I think Solomon, even though we're hearing whispers that they're looking to have a look at him in pre-season, I think he's got. Oh, there you go. Saw Semenyo play at Cardiff. He was unplayable. Wanted him at Spurs. Well, you've got the inside track there. Morton Barley, yup, all day, every day. Yeah, from Kudos. Yeah, weaken them some more for us, please. I wouldn't complain at any signings this window. Okay. Imagine if Divine stays. Danso both under Frank. Brian Stricker. Listen, I love Kevin Danso. I think is a great player. I really do, and I think he's going to progress majorly. Alfie Divine either stays this season with Spurs or he gets a loan move, which is what I'd rather. The most important thing with me with Alfie is he's entering the last year of his contract, is that Thomas Frank and Cochrane, who is a massive fan of Divine, get him on a new contract this summer. I do not want Alfie. If Alfie Divine leaves this football club, in 2 years, mark my words, people will be talking about how good a player he is. I am honestly the biggest, as you know, Alfie Divine fan out there. In with, yep, I'll take him. Rumours says, oh, mate, Potato Stew, please give me the link for where you've seen that, because swooping for once. Oh, my God, they're double headers coming out today. They're double headers coming out today. Swooping for once away. That needs to be in Buzzword Bingo. So please put the link or let me know what account said that. Yeah, Scott, I agree with you. He is a massive upgrade. And you know what I love about him? How direct he is and just gets to the byline. His shooting needs to improve. He has a lot of shots. He reminds me a bit of Andros Townsend, where some of his shots are absolute rockets and some of them are going up into the upper tier. But yeah, he is so direct. I would definitely say no. I wouldn't say no to him. Kate Darling has said 100%. David's gone 1,000%. Yeah, this is the one that got away, isn't it? This is the one that got away that we should have had before he went to Napoli. But as you know, we don't do these kind of things. It's an overwhelming yes for Semenya. You're Ben, I'm loving this new camera angle.
It's good, right?
This should be your full-time camera angle.
My laptop is getting very hot, so I decided to move it.
This should be your full-time camera angle.
Maybe.
I think it looks much better.
It takes away 2 spots, though, for people that want to work.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, this is, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when you say better, Curly, who are you thinking? Obviously, don't mention Eze. Let's say if we're talking Premier League talent and experience to come in, and Scott, who would you say? I mean, obviously, there's loads of players out there. It'd be interesting to see what other players people would say. And let's face it, that are gettable. Don't just put players in that are just not a chance of happening. David, are you talking about Mbuemo there? Because what I'm hearing with Mbuemo is it's closer to 200, going up to that based on incentives and bonuses and goals and blah, blah, blah. Angus, my God. Why is every player either coming to Arsenal or an Arsenal fan? I will say, if he is an Arsenal fan...
According to Angus, every single player is either going to Arsenal or an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, that's what I just said. All I will say is if he is an Arsenal fan and he comes, it will definitely be an upgrade on Darren Bent and Matt Doherty. So if it's third time lucky, I will definitely be happy with that.
Is he better than Darren Bent? That's a new thing.
Ego channeled correctly is a great thing if you use your ego. This is also very, very, very true. Yeah, you did. You're one of the first people. Bakayoko at PSV is someone Thomas Frank wanted at Brentford, but couldn't get it over the line. So you never know. I mean, would people be happy with that? Please tell me, Wayne, this is on loan. Please tell me this is on loan. This best not be, big up to you, my brother. This best not be on permanent. This best not be on a permanent deal. I will not be happy.
Yeah.
I will not be happy. I will go on a rant. I will do an Alfie Devane rant immediately. Immediately.
Rants are good for the algorithm.
There will be one. There will be one. But I'm hoping Bukatov, Manishma, hope you are safe and well, brother. Safe and well, and the family. But the understatement of the Spurs telling Spurs overhype many of these Spurs players. Who are you talking about, David? Who are you mentioning there? Eze Mbuemo, even though I think he's going to United, are the two I want ahead of him. So, yeah, I think a lot of people. That's why I said, I mean, if you take those two out, Scott, who is there? Obviously, in the pecking order, those two are, and I have it in your order as well. Okay, Curly was going to say Eze as well. Eze is the one. I think every Spurs fan...
I think he means Eze is an Arsenal fan. That's what I think he means.
No. I asked both Scott Scott and Curly both said, I'll take Semenyo, but there's better out there. So that's them responding
Even
to that.
Angus is not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I think he's more of a Spurs fan.
When is Frank going to make his statement to the fans? I'm not sure.
Eric,
sure.
from what I'm gathering, he's on holiday. Everything's been done. Obviously, we know he's been confirmed, but he actually hasn't been at Hotspur Way. Everything has been done via email or Zoom or phone calls, whatever. So I think he's back soon. I think we see something. Exactly. Sandra.
He's saying it to wind you up.
Oh, thank God. Good
for the algo, bad for the blood pressure. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? I think they calibrate my blood pressure. Sometimes I need them. I need them to set me back on balance.
I do like Kudus, but he's going to be a lot of money this year. He's 85
he's going to be massive.
For him.
But this is the thing,
and also add Tottenham tax to that. You're talking 95 million with Tottenham tax.
Well, no, do you know what? I don't think you actually are, because the one thing is, unlike Chelsea and the filth and whatever, we actually have bought many West Ham players, and they haven't been ridiculously expensive. We will do business with West Ham, and West Ham will take the money to get the player off the books. So I don't think there would be Tottenham tax on it. If it's 75 million, let's just say it's 75 million. Or this is, do you know what? There's actually, I've seen a few things today where Milan are seriously in for him. Seriously in for him.
Depends on the money, isn't it, Aki? Yeah. I like Vicario. Kinski is a much higher ceiling than Vicario because of his passing accuracy. His passing accuracy is excellent, and it was excellent for Sparta Praha. If they give us 45, 50 million for Vicario, I wouldn't mind selling him.
If there's a huge price, you're not going to say no. I think, again, Thomas Frank's team have a way of developing goalkeepers. Just look how long they last at Brentford before they get a bigger move. He will prefer Kinski's attributes because of his distribution. But listen, if we can mould the two and have Kinski's distribution and Vicario's shot stopping, although Vicario, I think his concentration wavers at times, but his shot stopping. Look at it. When you say his concentration wavering at times, he went from the ridiculous to the brilliance in the Europa League final, didn't he? With that Van der Ven, what led to the Van der Ven clearance, but then in the 90th minute, that save from the header, which is wiped out that mistake. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, Scott. What we got to look at here, we got to stop thinking. We have to stop thinking right now. Okay, we've got to start looking and saying, what will Frank do? Yeah, and I think Frank will be very excited.
Kinski, his passing accuracy. James Flower is going to hate this. I don't know where he is, but he deserves it for all the times he's saying happy birthday to you. Kinski's passing accuracy will be very similar to what he already had at Brentford in David Raya, which is what Thomas Frank likes. He likes his goalkeepers to be good with their feet. And if he can get the coaches into him, I think Kinski can be a very decent goalkeeper. But got to coach him.
I think that Frank will obviously see what Kinski can do distribution-wise and be very, very excited by that. But I can't see right now how he overtakes Vicario. It will take some time, but you know he's going to be played in the League Cup. In the Carabao Cup, he'll be played. Mate, I love Kelleher. I absolutely adore Kelleher. I would have loved him at Tottenham. I would have loved him.
I like Emi Martinez, but I think that's never going to happen. They want too much. That's never going to happen. He wants too much money. I do like him, though.
Oh, he's a phenomenal goalkeeper.
I do really like him. Apart from
him being, if he came in,
being a former Gooner, but I like his attitude.
Mate, could you imagine if he came in and you had him and if Romero stayed? Oh my good God, the shithousery. Oh my good God. It'd be worth it just for that. Josh Keeley, do you know what? This is the thing. Josh Keeley, and a lot who had a brilliant loan move with obviously Leighton Orient, obviously, and is going to go on to big things. A lot of people don't talk about Luca Gunter, who is another goalkeeper, who is going to be a terrific goalkeeper. Yeah. He really is.
I really like.
Oh no, Keeley has had a fantastic loan spell, like I said, but because of how good his loan spell was, Luca Gunter isn't getting spoken about. He is a listen. Hayden Hackney is a extremely good player.
I prefer Hayden Shoreditch.
Hayden Hackney,
Bethnal Green, or Hayden Hoxton.
Hayden Hackney is
Hayden Liverpool Street.
Is a very, very good player. And I'll tell you what, Page has just come on with all day, every day. All day. All day I'd have him. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I would have Hato back here. Well, Jacob Ramsey. Jacob, have a good day, brother. I hope the blood test goes like 80% Guinness. I actually think going back to Andy Lloyd's, about Jacob Ramsey, we're heavily linked with him last season. He had a very, very good season. That's a player we also missed out on.
If we signed Alex Scott, Aki, he would be club trained.
Yeah, but listen, Bournemouth don't need the money.
No, they don't.
Bournemouth do not need the money, especially. Gunter is gonna. He really is. He's going to be top draw. He's going to be top draw. And see Ramsey, yeah. Of course. Really... Listen, David. You're right. I mean, I remember. I've seen the same. I don't know what you're. I think you're. Well, obviously, you've seen Banks and Banks. So you obviously have and Jennings. So you obviously have an older age than me. I've seen some terrific goalkeepers, and I would say you are with the goalkeepers you've mentioned. You're absolutely right. Vicario doesn't get mentioned in the same breath. You're absolutely right.
Indeed. But on that note, Aki,
yep,
it is time to end the show. That is our hour. We will be back tomorrow on the Kauffie Company at 2 p.m. UK time for all your news, clues, and brews, for all that stuff, and a good chat. Hopefully it's not so hot in here tomorrow. If my connection was a bit weird today, it's because of the heat. It's really warm in here. But Aki, when are we doing the fan show? We're doing it tomorrow.
We're doing the fan show tomorrow. And I'm going to book that in today. It'll probably be around about 6 p.m. London time. Wednesday, we'll be doing a dual stream because remember, people, Wednesday fixture lists come out.
Yeah.
Big day in the build up to the next season. Let's see when we've got the filth. First thing I'll be doing is making sure we're not playing on Ilana's birthday, and hopefully it's not the filth. Then I'll check the filth. And we will review and look at the season that Spurs have ahead of them. Maybe there'll be signings. Then we'll be back on Friday on Tottenham on Tour with the dual stream again.
Absolutely. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you sun cream up. It's warm here. It's absolutely warm. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, if you're summer, what the cough is brewing. And take it away, Aki.
Thomas, Frank. Thomas, Frank. And as always, Levy out.
Ciao for now.